Hi, friends. Wow, it's wonderful to be with you again today on Wealthy Forever Nuggets with Charles Sukomi Bishason, the platform where we come together so that we can learn together and in order for us to lead better and, of course, earn bigger. Now, today, I'm going to ask you a question. Last week I asked a question um, uh, that okay, in this year 2022, where are you heading? And I gave you 5 things you can do in order for you to head in the right direction. Now today I'm looking again at 2022, and I'm looking at where you are heading, where you say you want to get to, and what you want to accomplish, what you want to do, okay, where you want to arrive by the end of this year, the kind of the kind of dreams you have, the kind of vision you have, and all that. And I want to ask you a question: do you have what it takes? Do you have what it takes to accomplish that vision? Do you have what it takes to bring that dream to a reality? Do you have what it takes to arrive where you say you want to get to by the end of this year? Do you have what it takes? Now, what does that mean? So that means that you need to do an assessment of yourself, okay, vis-a-vis where you are, where you want to see yourself at the end of this year. You do a self-assessment. Okay, so now do a self-assessment vis-a-vis your destination, where you decided that you want to get to. So, okay, this is where I want to get to by the end of this year. Okay, this is what I want to accomplish in this year 2022. Fine, fantastic. The question I'm asking myself, therefore, is: do I have what it takes? Do I have what it takes? So, if I don't see myself, if I don't have what it takes, okay, to get there, then, but now that does not mean I cannot have what it takes, okay, to get there. So I may not have it now, but I can have it. Okay. So what I'm saying, therefore, is when you look at yourself and look at where you're heading, most times I discover that that we usually don't have what it takes at the beginning to get to the end. We usually don't have all that it takes to get to we usually don't have all that it takes at the beginning to get to the end. Okay, I didn't say we don't have all that. We don't have anything that we don't have what it takes at all. But most times we don't have all that it takes, okay, to get to the end from the beginning. So what does that mean? That means that even though we don't have all that it takes to get to the end from the beginning, we can actually build ourselves, increase our capacity in order for us to be able to get to the end when we start. Okay, now it's either you start and as you go on, you grow up, or it depends on what you want to do. Okay, now you can start with what you have and where you are, and then of course, and then you build up as you go on, or you have to ensure that you put everything in place before you take off. So it's like someone that is driving from one point to another on a very long distance. Now you may not have all it takes. You may not have. I mean, you may not have all the gas or the fuel that will take you to get to the other end. But then now you have something, so you start with that, and then as you go on, okay, there are gas stations, of course, along the way. So you stop at those gas stations and you fill up, and then you move on. So that means that when you start from where you are, then now as you are going on, you are building capacity. So what I'm saying to you today is Build capacity for where you want to get to at the end of this year. Build capacity. If you have to go to school, go to school. If if you have to learn something, learn something. Now, you see, and the internet is full of things you can learn. I mean, you don't even need to go to a regular school to learn anything these days. So you can just YouTube it, you can Google it, and you can learn it. All right. So the thing is that you need to build capacity. Do I have to get a mentor? Because see, there is nothing you want to do that someone has not done before. Even if they're not done before, there's something about it, okay, that they have done before. There's something you can learn from somebody. Even if what you are doing is novel, there's something you can still learn from someone. Now, there's a principle you can learn from someone. There's an advice you can get from someone. There's a counsel you can get from someone. All right, that they will help you. And there's a support you can get from someone. Okay, so that they can help you in order for you to arrive faster and arrive safer. So you need to build capacity. If you have to read, you have to read. If you have to research, you have to research. If you have to network, you have to network. If you have to seek counsel, seek counsel. If you have to seek advice, seek advice. All right. So if you have whatever it is you need to do, just build capacity in order for you to be able to arrive where you say you want to arrive at the end of this year. Build capacity. You don't have all it takes to get to the end, but then you can you can take on now whatever it is you don't have as you go on. And and of course, so but then there could be other cases whereby you need to have built up before you take off. You need to have filled up before you take off. For example, if a spaceship wants to take off to the space, there's no place for it to refill up there. There's no place to refill in space. So what does it do? Now everything that it needs in order for it to take off and land where it's going and return would have to to get it here from beginning. So there are things like that you will need to build capacity before you take off. So you need to build that capacity before you take off. So what I'm saying, therefore, is you need to assess where you're going, and then, of course, you need to now evaluate and assess yourself. Okay, do I have all that it takes to start? Do I have all that it takes, to start and finish? Or now, this thing I want to do, okay, now if I start with what I have now, can I build up as I go on, or do I have to fill up before I step out? So you have to ask yourself, can I fill up as I go on, or I have to fill up before I step out? Ask yourself. And when you do that, and you know what you need to do, then fill up. If you need to fill up before you step out, or you start with what you have, and of course you build up as you go on. You can build up as you go on. The main thing is, whatever it is, start doing something. Start doing something. And God bless you as you do that. Have a wonderful, wonderful week. And we'll see you again next week, Wednesday. Thank you for joining.